I'm Jake.
I'm Kent.
I'm Jesse. And you're watching
Digging
In with Tyler.
Yeah.
All right, episode 23. Welcome back. We just have Jeremy Schaefer on, but this Silence is Madness.
That's us.
Hello, guys.
Hey.
Introduce yourself. What do you guys do in the band?
I'm Jake. I play drums.
I'm Jesse. I play the guitar and I do backing vocals.
I'm Ken, and I sing, and yeah.
Okay, awkward introduction. I sing and yeah.
Yeah.
When's the last show you guys played?
Last Saturday.
25th? January 25th?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Last Saturday?
Was it last
Yeah.
2 Saturdays ago?
Or,
Yeah,
no,
there we
it
go.
was-
Two
No, it was
Saturdays.
February 8th at the Lookout Lounge.
February 8th.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay, fair enough,
February
fair
8th.
enough.
Yeah.
Who'd you guys play with on January 25th? And where did you play
We
at?
played on January 25th.
We played at O'Leaver's with
Oh,
Molten, Pterodactyl, and who else?
Wildra.
Wildra.
Wow, Weavers. Now, where's that at?
On Saddle Creek. More towards Leavenworth.
Just right
Okay.
next to like the UNMC campus.
yeah.
But you guys
Pretty much.
have played Lookout quite a
Yeah.
few
Oh, yeah,
times, yeah.
That's like our
Love that place.
spot, yeah.
Because you guys have the Silence Madness mixer. That's where I got.
Oh, yeah.
That's where I was introduced to you guys at.
Mm.
Because my roommate used to play in a band called what were they called? Rumination Cycles, and they opened up for you guys one time, and it was the weirdest thing.
How long ago was that?
It's like 2.5 years ago.
Oh, jeez.
It was
okay.
it was the weirdest thing because you guys, your family goes to your shows, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a whole bunch of old people in the venue.
Yeah.
And then Jeff's band, like Ted, sounds like he's doing all these crazy lows. I could not imagine how that feels. They're like, "Oh, I can't wait to see my kids play," and then like Ted's band opening up.
Oh, yeah. Our bassist, Mason, I'm pretty sure the old people you were talking about were his grandparents, and every now and again they come out to a show and don't think they really know what to expect a whole lot, so I mean they come out and they just hear the and they're just like, what is all that? So
Fair enough.
yeah.
I could not imagine like that'd be like going to a metal show and getting pop. Like,
Yeah.
what is this? Like, okay, I'll go back
It's
to
a
the
metal show.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'll go back to the bar really quick.
It's not a metal show unless somebody in the pit spills beer on you.
For real.
That's happened
Yeah.
plenty of times.
Yeah.
You know what's worse? Two-stepping and slipping on beer.
Ooh.
That's not fun.
Yeah.
Like I work for Amazon right now. It's like the equivalent of running and slipping on ice.
Mm.
Slipping on beer is no fun.
Ouch.
Do you guys go to metal shows?
All the
Pretty
time.
often?
Yeah.
All the time.
I ain't seen you. What's the last one you went to? I'm calling you out.
The last one I went to was, actually, it has been a while. Actually, last
like-
one I went to was the Clincher, the Tale Untold. Who else was on that bill? Those are the only two I can remember.
That's funny because I was not at that show.
You were on, yeah. That was a few months ago. I think that
Yeah.
was in like December. I think.
What if you would have said, "Yeah, back in 2016"?
Yeah.
Gee.
That's the last time I went to
I
a
haven't
show.
seen the inside of the waiting room in years. No idea what it looks like.
The waiting room. Yeah, Taylor Untold actually just played the waiting room
Yeah.
January
Yeah,
11th.
Yeah, we
We
played,
were-
parallel to there. We played at Barley Street that same night.
Really?
Yeah, because I remember seeing them talk about it, and I was like, "Man, I'm about to go to that." And then I looked at the calendar, and I was like,
Oh, just kidding.
Yeah.
That
It's like,
That was,
dude.
yeah, that was on you.
Yeah.
It was funny because we were playing at Barley Street, and we went up around the corner to that Burrito Envy
Yeah.
to get food. Which, by the way, great fucking place.
Sponsor us. What?
No, but it sucked because we had to chill before going on, and we looked in the waiting room and it looked like they were having a blast of a time. And
It was-
like, fuck.
It was
you
sick.
know.
Going to shows like that when like somebody releases a CD or just like a new band popping up or a big band coming back, the atmosphere, you get like
Oh,
50.
it's so much fun.
Yeah, you get like 50 of your friends. You're like, I haven't seen you forever. Where are you at in life? And you just like catch up. It's so fun.
Well, especially when you're part of the scene, and depending on your schedule and everything, I try to I'm a little shut in myself. I don't go out a whole lot, but events like that, I do get brought out, and it's awesome to see everybody that you usually see
Right.
in the scene just having a good time.
I think when it comes to like big shows like that, people actually mark it down on the calendars, whereas a show might get released on a weekday and you're like, oh, Wednesday. I gotta wake up in the next morning.
Nobody's gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
go with that. Yeah.
That's my excuse for emo night. That's why I'm not going to emo night. It's like I gotta wake up 5:30 in the morning.
For real.
And like Deanna just said, it ends at 2 o'clock. Like I would be the guy who stays until 2 o'clock, and that means I gotta drive back, go to sleep at like 3 o'clock, wake up 5:30. Then I gotta work at Amazon. Then I gotta work Pizza Hut and do it all over again on Sunday. I'm not gonna risk it.
No, that's
No.
not worth it.
Not for the biscuit.
Which risk it for the biscuit?
Biscuit for the biscuit.
Risk it for the you gotta risk it to the biscuit.
Yeah.
That's funny, but not Limp Biscuit.
Not Limp Biscuit.
I'll live this.
Wait.
No, I don't want
We're alright.
Okay,
Wait,
I'm
the
a fan
game-
of you.
Wait,
I mean,
the game or the band?
the game called Limp Biscuit.
Yeah, you haven't heard
What?
about Limp Bizkit? That's what it's named after.
Oh, I didn't know.
Should we
that.
go into detail about it?
No, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't
Okay.
want to go into detail about it.
I like you. You don't like Limp Biscuit?
I don't have an issue with Limp Bizkit. I'm not the biggest new metal person in the world in general, but
You survive.
I get along with some of their.
Leave.
Okay.
Limp
I
Bizkit.
do like the chocolate starfish and the hot dog flavored water.
Yeah.
That album
It's solid.
is pretty great.
Actually, the one before that, $3 bill,
Yeah, that one's pretty good too.
1997 $3 bill. Like I listen to it now because 1997 is 4 years old. Obviously, I'm not gonna be like, fuck yeah, $3 bill.
Right.
I can remember growing up and like sitting in my basement, had a CD player. Don't laugh. You ready for these CDs? Backstreet Boys, blue, yellow, and red. Kind of like the Pokemon, right?
Naturally.
Limp Bizkit, Hybrid Theory by Linkin Park.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Those are like my 5 CDs.
Mm.
Now, what kind of like mix of music is that? Could you imagine Backstreet Boys? Ooh, that's a nice whistle. Backstreet Boys. Backstreet Boys eject Limp Bizkit. When
I
you're
do
like,
that all the time.
Yeah.
Not too bad.
Just when I have it on shuffle because I just whatever.
you're how old? 23?
23, yeah.
Oh, you're not too far off from
And
me.
I listen to, old outlaw country to a lot of swing music. I love,
Swing music.
love swing music.
Now, when you were growing up, did you have a Zune?
That a what?
Did you have a Zune?
No!
Obviously not.
No. I was lucky enough, I was privileged enough to have a
What is happening with this pillow?
Just hanging out.
Okay. Okay, you're privileged
I
enough.
was privileged enough to get myself an iPod Nano.
You trying to
for
fight?
Christmas. Yeah.
You're trying to fight.
I'm not saying that I'm better than you because I had an iPod Nano and you had a Zune, but I'm just saying that I'm better than you because I had an iPod Nano and you
Just
had a
making
Zune.
just making that clear. Because he's like,
Because we're on the same page.
these little peons over here having Zunes and shit. No, Zunes were so hard to upload music to.
Yeah, they
Took
were.
forever, but iPods, they had Apple Music. Ugh.
My
Apple Music's going bye-bye, by the way. I think
is
so.
it?
Okay, Spotify. What's Spotify?
will reign
I only
supreme.
use Apple Music.
Well,
and I
I'm
should
not
probably
saying
not,
I'm better
and I
than
know.
you because I use Spotify and you use Apple Music, but I'm better than you.
Yeah, he's
Like,
better.
Spotify.
Jake's clearly
Yeah.
better than you are because he actually has Spotify.
I agree with that. I just
Yeah.
don't want to. I have such a
Big
huge-
playlist.
You dare wear the
Playlist
color
on
green
Apple
and
Music.
talk shit on Spotify?
No, I'm just saying I have
can't
such a
believe you.
huge playlist, on Apple Music, and I don't even know where to begin transferring that
Oh,
to
I
Spotify.
know. It's like
It's
when
intimidating.
when I first got Spotify, it was so hard to find music, and I'm just like, okay, Limp Bizkit. No, I'm just kidding. I didn't.
After that.
I just got
You just
9
went back
albums.
through.
I just got 9 albums of Limp Bizkit, and I don't know what else to go through. But now I've built myself a 4,209 song library.
Yeah.
Shit, I'm only at like 1,500 right now.
I'll help you out.
Alright.
Hell yeah.
Do you need swing music? Because he's got
I
you.
can get
Yeah,
Here's some
yeah.
old.
He's got you. He's got you. Now, tell us about your band. What do you guys play? Because as far as I know, when you guys first started, or the last time I seen you, you guys played covers.
Oof.
What do you guys do now?
We do a lot more kind of very heavily inspired by like classic thrash kind of stuff. I mean, we have a whole album that's like almost done now. It just got sent off to get mastered, I believe, yesterday or maybe today, and it's like a whole lot of stuff that's taken from our influences from like Metallica, Megadeth, like just classic thrash bands.
Sick. So kind of like a throwback band.
Sure.
Nice. Is it Witherfang-esque?
No.
No, totally opposite. See, I like the like revival of older type of music
Yeah.
because I feel like 20 years from now it's going to be hard to separate. Okay, I don't see bands just being like unique anymore.
Right.
I feel like bands are going to start blending in,
Oh yeah.
and as far as genres go, you're like post-hardcore, hardcore. It's just like all the same.
Yeah.
So I feel like we need a revival.
Yeah, I mean, like the kind of stuff we play, it's if I had to like kind of narrow down the like time period of the bands, it'd probably be like Rust in Peace, Countdown to Extinction era Megadeth, mixed
Nice.
with like some mid 2000s Avenged Sevenfold.
I
Nice.
was gonna say I've gotten Avenged Sevenfold a lot.
Oh, yeah.
I've been told.
We've also gotten Iron Maiden and Dio, which is
Sick.
fucking awesome because Iron Maiden's my favorite band. And I've been listening to a lot of Dio. Lately.
You know what? You should be a pilot. If
I
you know
wanted
anything,
to be for a while.
if you know anything about Bruce Dickinson,
Oh yeah.
you guys don't know. You guys can sit out.
Yeah.
Get out.
Okay.
This is my band.
Yeah. Clearly, Bruce Dickinson is a pilot. He flies
Yeah.
a plane.
Every now and again, we pull out the occasional cover, and this guy keeps
Ow.
getting the words wrong on
I
the
did
Trooper.
not.
Yeah, you did.
On the
I
Trooper?
didn't. No, I had it right last time we played it.
No, you didn't.
You take my knife, so I take it all too. Do-do-do-do.
That's what I said.
He keeps saying, "I'll take his too."
Oh,
I
no.
said take yours too last time, and you looked at me like I was a jackass.
No, you're lying.
Yeah, I did.
You're lying.
No.
You're lying.
No.
Can you imagine just stopping the song? He's like, you fucked it up. Stop. He's going to have to try to sing this without anything else.
Oh man.
Just walks off stage.
Oh yeah.
Have you guys ever had to, like, restart a song?
Live?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have.
Like a couple of times.
That
yeah.
was the whole oopsie poopsie situation.
Oh yeah. Well, sometimes we've had instances where one time this guy over here wrote the set list, and like his set list had like one song above a different song or
Oh,
something.
no.
So like 4 of us started a different song, and he started the song that was next or some shit like that. We had one instance at the Lookout a long time ago when we were opening for Assuming We Survive, and we were playing Shepherd of Fire by Avenged Sevenfold, and the power went out in the middle of the guitar solo, and
Oh.
I am a firm believer that, like, you know, if you can still keep the song going, keep the song going. So I just kept the song going, and, you know, the audience caught on, so, like, we finished the song without any power, and good shit.
He's sitting there. Shut up thing. Second time.
Thank you.
Second podcast in a row. He's sitting in the background. He's just like air guitaring, where he's like mouthing out the guitar.
I think you can actually, like, still see the video on our YouTube. Basically what happened was, like, everybody on stage at the same time just kind of looks down, checks to see if they're plugged in, and then they just kind of kept playing even though there was no sound happening after everyone was just like, fuck it, let's keep going then.
Fuck it.
So,
Show must go on.
yeah.
And then you guys played the rest of your set once the panel
Yeah,
came
it
back
was,
on.
yeah, it was fine after that.
What followed Shepherd of Fire?
I think our original song, Welcome to My Life, our first original song.
Welcome to My Life.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if there's a band that has a song that goes, Welcome to My Life. And I can't
Yeah,
think-
there probably is.
Simple Plan, right?
Oh, I don't know.
There you go. Maybe.
Isn't it?
I-
I think, is that right? Okay, thank you.
Survey says.
I was
Ding!
gonna say, there we go. That's
number
what
one
fact
answer.
check.
I never listened to Simple Plan.
That was my pop punk middle school phase that I'm still prone to be in every once in
You
a
know,
while.
yeah, you know what's funny? Like, ever since I started playing drums, which is like 8 months ago or so, I don't play anything new. Like, I hardly play anything new.
I don't either.
Yeah, I know you're inspired, very inspired by Neil Peart, which
I wouldn't say that.
You wouldn't
but
say?
I mean, like, I appreciate that compliment
Okay, yeah.
a lot, though. Because I love Neil Peart. Because, I mean, I've, like, started listening to a whole lot of Rush over the last few years.
somebody pronounced his name the other day, Neil Peart.
Neil Peart.
That's actually
Really?
the correct pronunciation, but I've always just found myself saying Peart.
It's
Yeah.
actually pronounced near Peart.
Neil
Peart.
Peart.
It's like
Peart.
yeah,
Peart.
the fruit.
Ugh, I don't like it. That sounds gross.
I
Peart.
know.
But
No disrespect.
yeah. So yeah. Sorry. R.I.P. Neil. Yeah. Anyhow, I always find myself playing like System of a Down, like 2001 System of a Down,
Oh,
2000.
yeah.
So good,
Fuck yeah.
and it's kind of easy to play, especially for somebody who just started playing drums. Like, what did you're a vocalist?
Mhm.
What songs do you like Singing in the shower. You got 20 minutes. You got a set list. What are some of the songs on it?
Well, okay, so
You don't sing in the
I'll
shower.
go. Huh?
What?
No, I always do.
Okay.
That's where I come up with all my stuff in the shower. I was talking about them with them on the way here. Actually, how it just
Wow.
it just seems I write a lot easier melodically in the shower
Really?
than anywhere else. Yeah, I'll
You just hear those beats?
yeah. Well, I just get writer's block, on the couch trying to figure something out. But the shower just comes out naturally.
The beats he hears is just me in the parking lot trying to get his attention.
He won't leave me alone.
Yeah.
Um,
I know where he lives.
no, but it's funny because I didn't realize I could sing until recently. Actually.
Were you a
Oh.
guitarist or something beforehand?
No, I wasn't anything. I played sax, or I played clarinet in a marching band.
Okay.
That counts for anything. But, I just, my entire life, I've been raised, and I always enjoyed singing, but I've always been told I couldn't sing. I don't know if it's just because I wasn't trying or what. And then one time at karaoke, I busted out, I Believe in a Thing Called Love by The Darkness.
Fucking man.
Fucking nailed it.
If you think our songs are good, you should hear him sing that.
It's a good time. I enjoy. I love that song more than anything, but it's still credit it for the the reason why I started getting into music in
Really?
general. Yeah, because I busted that out, and then
People are
everybody
like,
just lost their shit over it.
Oh,
Yeah, and I was like, oh, I didn't know I could do that.
And then you're like, buy me drinks.
And I still don't like the sound of my own voice, but I just kind of trust their word on it.
That's funny
Because-
you say that. You don't like the sound of your own voice because somebody asked me the other day. They actually messaged me and they go, how do you get over the sound of your own voice on podcasts? And what I said was, listen back to it and just mock yourself.
Yeah. Well, that's what I've learned to end up doing too. Is on a recording because we like Jake said, we have an album coming out soon, so I've been listening to a lot of those recordings back, trying to pick up on what I've done right, what to improve on. It's just hell for me. I don't want to listen to it. I don't like listening to my own voice, but eventually you get used to it and you end up picking up on what's right, what's wrong.
Yeah, basically I'll listen back to the podcast whenever they come out. Spotify, I mean, they're all updated. Episode 21's out. I mean, yeah. Anyhow, so what I'll do is I'll listen back to them and I'll be like, I'll pretty much do the SpongeBob thing. I'll be and I'll just make fun of myself because I find that, I guess, the easiest way. I mean, I'm listening to it, but I'm like, I hate my voice. Well, I guess I don't really hate it. That's my cat outside. Or it's Jeff's cat outside.
The other one?
Yeah, the
I didn't know
orange
if
cat.
that was. Oh.
Anyhow, so I'll just listen back to it and I'll be like, oh, I should have said this, or I'll just be like, I should have said this, and it just makes it so much easier because I have fun like listening back to it, and I can recollect the conversation, so it's just way easier that way.
Well, and that's the point of it anyway. You live, you learn. That's why you got to take chances in order to figure out what's right. If you don't constantly put yourself in the position where you might fuck up in one way or another, you will never know if you can do it the right way.
Yeah.
You can never know how to improve on yourself, and you just, as long as you keep failing and learning from it, you make differences.
Otherwise, you have
improve.
what's called confirmation bias. Like you listen back to it and you think you're like great, and you just keep thinking you're great, and then one person comes in, they're like, "Well, you could be changing this." And you're like, "No, I'm good.
Yeah.
I don't need to change."
Well, it's a simple balance of, honestly, a little bit of self-awareness and a little bit of arrogance hasn't hurt anybody either.
Right.
It's good to, have that confirmation bias to a certain degree. But
For
as
sure.
long as you're aware that you're not perfect, you have room to improve, and you know what's right and wrong, and you're able to view it objectively, you can have a takeaway from it.
For sure. Even with this podcast, like I listen to Deanna, like she's given me a lot of like constructive criticism, and it's like really paid off as far as like scheduling goes, or as far as like setup goes, and like I guess even the length of the podcast, we shortened it a little bit, so we used to just go forever, like hour 15, hour. I think our longest one's hour 20, and people nowadays don't want to listen that long.
People
So
get
we-
bored. It's, yeah.
So we've knocked it down to 40 minutes or so. And I think 40 minutes is it's a bite size. I mean, that's a car ride. You can listen to half going somewhere and half going back. And if people can't find time to listen to that,
you suck.
Yeah, it's a little silly. I mean, you could listen to a whole album in 40 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, and Jeremy, the last guy I just had on, he was talking about how they only write EPs because they can release one every year rather than writing 12 songs. And if you think about it, name the last time a big band played all 12 of the songs off an album.
Ooh.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But if you have a notable like 5-song set and just tour that, boy, no, that's what Earthgroans did all the time. I mean, they did that for 3 years or so. The benefit of touring 5 songs, as far as like your crowd's going to recognize those same 5 songs, rather than if you play 12 or 13, you pick here and there. It's going to be a little bit harder to, I don't know, for people to like get into it unless they've listened to that whole album. And I think that's why Earthgroans has succeeded as far as they've been going. I mean, they're on their 5th year, and there were years where they're just touring the same 5 or 6 songs. Everybody knows them, word for word.
Well, it works, and that's kind of the. You see a lot of artists, up and coming, or the big ones in general. You see them releasing singles most of the time because it works. Because you're able to, get a song down and release it, on a more than timely basis. You don't have to wait a year, 2 years to release a catalog of material, when you're able to release a new one every month.
Right.
It keeps people's attention. And
Charlie Puth was actually talking about this on Jimmy Fallon. He's talking about how he released 3 singles just for the people. He doesn't have them on the albums. It was just like, here's 3 songs, enjoy them, they're yours, and then I'll write an album separately from this.
Which is great.
Genius.
And that's the glory of, the internet age and the instant accessibility. And I think that goes, honestly, back to having self-awareness to a certain point. And if you're sitting on a song that's catchy, that's a bop, understand that it would be useful to release it in a timely fashion. However, if you are working on something that should be viewed as a cohesive piece of work, then it's something you throw into an album.
Right.
And it helps your image. It helps you become...
Yeah. Jeremy was talking about this as well, talking about like concept albums. So if he was to release a single outside of that concept album, that would make sense. Mm-hmm. If he's to write something completely different, let's say he writes about demons, and he's writing about writing about religion, that would make sense to drop that as a single compared to put that on the album. You have 3 songs and a demon song and so on and so forth. What was I going to get on about? I was going to talk about Billie Eilish. Are you guys fans?
Album of the year. She won. And Artist of the Year. And Best New Artist.
I mean, she won like 6 albums. Or she won like 6 awards, didn't she?
Yeah, I think it was 4. I think she won.
Deserved? Yes. You don't think so?
I thought... Best New Artist, probably.
Yeah?
I would say.
Which one do you think she didn't deserve?
I thought Album of the Year. I thought it was a fine album. I didn't think it was anything special, personally. I thought Norman fucking Rockwell was leagues better.
Norman Rockwell.
Yeah, Lana Del Rey's album.
Oh! I was going to say, that name sounds like a throwback name.
Norman Rockwell was the guy who did the 4 American Traditions paintings.
Gotcha.
I think he was, at least, the Thanksgiving dinner one ever. But her new album was called Norman fucking Rockwell.
Okay, that's pretty dope.
And it was awesome. I thought it was a great album, and it kind of has a lot of earlier styles.
I think Lana kind of opened up the doors for like that type of music, and then Billie's just like, let me get in there.
Well, she's different, and it's Billie Eilish is bringing this image of. It's kind of the same thing that Post Malone, I feel like, is doing. It's bringing this image of anti-glam, which, you saw the same thing in the 80s, transition from hair metal to grunge rock.
Right.
It's a cycle. People get tired of the fast and the fun, and then they want to recede back into the niche and the grungy.
See, the only thing that drives me nuts about, like, I guess rap music in general is, like, so much auto-tune. And when they play it live, people pay hundreds and hundreds of dollars to go see them. 95% of it's backtracked.
Mm-hmm. which I'm not a fan of at all.
No, because they can walk away from the mic.
It's not live music.
Yeah, it's not.
You're not putting on a show. You're just doing whatever. I think in a studio setting, I think it's completely different. I think there are appropriate uses of auto-tune.
Right.
Gambino's album a couple years ago, Awaken My Love. Fucking incredible. And he used auto-tune in ways that I haven't really heard before that were tasteful, that were incredible.
Childish Gambino's on a whole different level, and it's a shame that he's not releasing music anymore, at least under that name, Childish Gambino. I hope he puts out new music, though.
I do, too. I think he's
a genius.
Incredibly talented. And I was a huge fan of Community when I was in middle school and high school. And it's funny because Donald Glover himself is just a funny guy from everything that I've seen.
You seen his comedy special?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
He's hilarious.
I like his comedy special. I haven't really listened to a whole lot of his music, though.
So, I'm trying to think. Back in, like, my freshman year of, college, this kid I went to school with, his name was, like, Jordan. He introduced me to the song Bonfire. Mm-hmm. Back off his, like...
That's off his Camp EP, yeah.
Oh, my God. Like, way back.
Yeah. I think it's the first, like, chunk of material that he released.
Yeah. So back in would have been end of 2011. So I've been fucking with him for 9 years.
For a while.
Yeah. That's like major props. I always say this on every single podcast. There's something about finding a band or finding an artist before everybody else. That's such a great feeling. Like, who's a band that you knew about before everybody else? Or that you feel like
So funny that you asked that, because back in the 70s there was a band called Klaatu that there was this newspaper that wrote an article after picking up their first album in a bin to just review records. So he picked it up and he listened to it, and he thought it sounded like a secret Beatles reunion project. And so I watched a little mini documentary about this, and basically it wasn't a Beatles reunion project, but I knew about this, and then our bassist Mason, his brother, also I knew about Klaatu like a year and a half ago, and then our bassist brother, he just found out about them, and now him and our bassist are just all about Klaatu. And Klaatu's basically just if you mixed early Pink Floyd with kind of Sgt. Pepper, Magical Mystery Tour era Beatles. And they're not bad, but I mean, I was like, I told you about these guys, and they were like, you didn't. And I was like, fuck you.
Dude, I fucking hate the Beatles.
Yeah, fuck them.
I just think they're the worst.
Let's talk about your get-ups, by the way.
Yeah. They say dress for the job you want.
Dress for the job you want?
Yeah.
So what's the job you want?
Ringo Starr.
Okay. What's the job you want? You can't all be Ringo Starr.
I just want to look flashy, quite frankly.
And you?
Just want to rock out. I just want to look cool.
I mean, these are pretty sick.
Yeah,
and you said you got them off Amazon.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, I don't think I delivered these.
I don't think you delivered to me.
Yeah, I was going to say, you probably got them.
Well, no, actually, because when my costume got here, we were having practice, and I was like, Kent, will you go outside and get my package? Because, it said the driver was, a block away, and he went outside in this costume, and he was like, thank you, and he walked back inside, and I put on my costume, and me and him practiced like this.
The glory of this, and on the way here, I changed at home, and I stopped by the store on the way here. The glory of this thing is the fact that I can just walk through any store that I want. People are looking at me,
right?
And it's just funny. The clerk asked what was going on tonight, and I responded with a solid, "What do you ask?"
I mean, what do you mean? What do you mean? What's going on?
I don't ask you about your day.
Yeah, just another day, asshole.
Yeah.
What do they say? You gotta dress for the job you want, but you gotta dress good. No, dress good. You feel good. That's what I was trying to get at. You guys,
good.
There you go. You guys look pretty swaggy.
Thanks, bro.
Do you have pink Converse on right now?
I do.
Dope.
Pink's his color. Pink is not my color. I'm just Ringo Starr.
That's
because
just how
I play drums.
That's fair.
The dice were rolled.
Those New Balance are pretty tight.
Thank you. They were referred to as my Lazy Town shoes.
Lazy.
No, we call them his grandpa shoes. Or I call them his grandpa
Hey, fuck
shoes.
off.
'Cause they
They're
look
his
like
basketball
grandpa
shoes.
Do
Fuck
you like
off.
them?
Yeah,
How do you feel?
I like New
Tell me
Balance.
how-
I never said I didn't like them. I'm just saying.
Hey, listen, you should know as a
Hey.
drummer, that's great grip. Look at those.
It is. Look at that.
Look at those.
Nah, bro, it's all about the skateboard shoes.
Oh, you like the flat shoes.
Hell yeah.
Okay, you guys might not Have you ever played drums?
I play drums.
Okay, so
They
you would
try.
understand. You would understand. You play drums?
No.
Ah,
no.
poorly.
Playing- There's
Poorly.
nothing worse than playing in socks. Like you're.
He plays the
Oh,
socks
yeah.
at home.
Really?
No, I don't. I play barefoot when we
Ah.
practice.
It's
But I mean,
barefoot
like,
or shoes.
Yeah. Today, before we came here, Jesse over here got his guitar fixed, and he was just taking it for a test spin, and so him and I were just jamming on some of our songs, and I was playing in socks, and I was like, I am uncomfortable.
Yeah. Because you play a couple of songs and your feet start to get a little sweaty, and then you could feel like the moisture on the pedal, and ugh,
It's just like
it's gross.
slippery.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's bad.
Like it's like easier to play with wet shoes, I feel like, than it is to play with dry socks.
I'm trying to think of the equivalent for guitar. It'd be like
Cold hands.
cold hands and a wet pick.
Ooh.
Ugh.
Yeah, exactly. For you, it'd
See,
be
that
like,
is when my hands start getting clammy when I'm trying to play with a pick. That's not fun. Hate it.
I just think of like clammy hands and just. Ugh.
Yeah.
That's why I constantly wash my hands anyway.
What's the most embarrassing stage moment you guys have had besides the power going out? You first.
Ooh.
You probably drop a stick.
Oh, I've
Every
dropped
once
a
in a
lot
while.
of sticks, but I mean, I know I've had, the occasional, the china falls off the drum riser, the fucking, cymbal stand wasn't tightened all the way, so the crash cymbal just goes. Oh no, I know. Back when we were still doing a shitload of covers, we were playing "Killing in the Name" by Rage.
Yeah.
And
Great song.
it was right at the beginning of the song, and I went like, and then I stood up while Mason went do 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 do, and I was standing up, and I did half a stick rotation, and it hit my crash cymbal and fell out of my hand, and I was like, I look like a fucking idiot. Man.
Do, and see ya.
Yeah,
But I mean, you sing the wrong lyrics all the time, apparently.
You know,
it's just a
it's
word or
great
two.
because
Just words.
Two.
no, it happened. I mean, there for a while. I mean, there were plenty of lines that I just straight up didn't know, and it's funny because when you're in that room and everything's bouncing off the walls, people cannot tell if you're saying the
Right.
right words or not. So I have plenty of phoned in lines that
Plenty.
I've done.
Prime example, we had a vocalist named Jake Schoening who talked about in like one of his first bands, didn't write lyrics, just screamed. So it doesn't really matter unless it's recorded. I mean, you could just go up there and BS all the time if you
Oh,
really wanted
totally.
to.
Especially with screaming. Yeah, it's just obviously if you're good, you're able to properly pronounce. But
Right,
for
like
the
a-
most part, it's just vowels.
Well, shit, like a band like a Mirror. I can't understand shit that Frankie's saying. What about you? Most embarrassing?
One time, a long time ago, it's been maybe 2 or 3 years ago, I did a dive bomb. My entire guitar fell out of tune. All 6 strings. Just, woo!
Oh,
Yeah.
did you whammy it? I guess how does it fall out of tune all at
Well,
once?
because it's a floating bridge on the whammy bar,
Okay.
and I guess maybe I didn't have the locking nut screwed in all the way. Maybe I don't know what happened, but I hit the harmonic and went to go for a dive bomb, and just I hit the dive bomb and it sounded cool, and then I went to go strum the chord after that, and just,
Oh no.
Sounded like ass.
yeah, it just sounded like ass.
How many songs? How many songs was this in?
I can't even remember. It was so long ago. I don't even remember what song we were playing.
Gotcha.
It was some.
There was one time when we were
I mean,
playing that gig in Shenandoah where your rig was just not working at all.
Oh yeah, it was that one. Because a bunch of the solder joints in my amp were fucking off because it got so hot, and I assumed that the solder joints probably were kind of getting a little weak, and then it just wasn't working very well.
Down in Shen.
Yeah.
Shen's not even a big town.
Hey, I mean, but we got offered a gig there, so why the fuck?
Take
not?
it.
Yeah.
And
It's
it was
only-
for a good cause. It was
Yeah.
a charity thing for some girl who had cancer.
All right, I go play that.
Yeah.
It felt good. We got lost on the way there.
You gotta drive south.
I was driving, and I feel bad because I'm usually good with directions.
You know, that seems to be a common theme with bands.
The drummer drives.
No, just like
Get
people are
lost.
bad with directions.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, no,
No, they're
straight
good.
up, like
Especially with GPS, like it tells you how to get there and everything, just to get lost.
Yeah.
It tells you to go north, you go south.
You're gonna be in a
You should go
horror
north.
movie one day with that.
Oh yeah, I know.
What was I watching this channel? It's like, not trying to be racist, but it's like like black.
That's not a good start.
It's like if black guys were in horror movies, and it's just like last turn on the left. They're like, oh, my GPS went out, but it says to take it right, and they're like, no, I'm gonna go left. I'm gonna go left. I'm gonna go the other way. Like whatever it's not saying to do, I'm just gonna go do it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's with any horror movie. You know, it's the token character that always gets picked off first. You know.
It's the comedic relief guy.
Yeah.
Who would survive the longest? Let's say Jason's out in a field between you three. Who's surviving the longest?
Jesse, 'cause
This
he
dude
can run.
runs.
Jesse can
yeah.
run.
I don't work out.
I don't either.
You think you're going first? Yeah.
He's going first.
Okay. So imagine Jason's he's like 5 feet away from you. What are you saying to him?
Go down without a fight. Give him the bird and just
Start getting naked, honestly.
yeah,
Get naked?
yeah. Just give
God,
him the
Yeah.
bird.
did Jamie?
Don't give him the satisfaction.
Honestly, it would just confuse him.
Have
Yeah.
you heard of our Lord and Savior Guy Fieri?
He'd be like, okay, I'm kind of interested. And put the knife down.
Can I interest you in my religion?
Yeah,
It's-
just don't
it-
give him the satisfaction.
It's funny because every
Make fun of his
year,
mom.
Oh no!
every
Say, "What's up,
year
mama's boy?"
we play. Oh no, that was Mike Myers. Anyway, it was still. Every year we play Haunted Hollow, and you know they have the characters dressed up
Right.
and everything, wandering around, and right next to where we were playing, there's Mike Myers patrolling the street. So it was funny to
Mike
Yeah.
Myers.
Just
just
funny.
Like
Michael,
the actor.
Michael
Yeah,
Myers. No,
I know.
wait,
Yeah, like
shit.
the actor Mike Myers.
Yeah, when
The
I thought
actual
Mike
one.
Myers, I'm just like
Yeah.
thinking of
Not
Michael
Mike
Myers.
Michael Myers, like from Halloween.
I
That's
know.
what I meant.
But I was just thinking of like the actor, like Shrek.
Donkey!
That'd be funny if like you get a gig at a place like that and they tell you like, okay, you're gonna be Michael Myers, and you're like, sweet, and then you pop up with an Austin Powers costume. And you're like, yeah, baby.
I'd show up in a Wayne's World costume.
Wayne's World.
Dude, I grew up on that movie straight up. My mom used to go to Bible study and stuff, and she'd take me with her, and I would just sit in like the host family's basement and just watch Wayne's World on VHS.
Hey, no stairway.
no
No
stairway.
stairway.
No stairway.
Denied. Thanks. I like to play. Ding.
Did you notice on Lookout they have a sticker that says no stairway?
Mm.
That's
Well, now that you mention it, yeah.
It's right by the ATM.
yeah, that's hilarious.
I remember the first time we played there, we were just so like tickled at the sign next to the bathroom that says "Please don't do coke in the bathroom." I thought that was the funniest shit in the world.
Please don't do coke. Or what? Somebody should have put or what.
Or what?
What are you gonna do?
Well, that one dude got kicked out and then shat all over the front door.
Oh shit!
Oh yeah,
Y'all
wasn't that like
remember
a couple
that?
months ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, who was
Like
it?
there was the video on it.
I
Yeah.
don't know, but they just kicked him out and like they showed the security footage. And
Okay,
he
I'm
walks
not-
away
hey,
and comes back
hey.
and just unloads.
Not gonna lie. Good timing. Like he'd probably been like, I really got to shit. Gets
Yeah.
kicked out and he's like, okay, I'm gonna shit on the door.
Fuck it.
Yeah,
Like he came prepped.
it's an effective. I mean, that's what you get for kicking out somebody that needs to shit. They got to shit. They're gonna do it somewhere.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. With that being said,
Chemical warfare.
chemical warfare.
Oh no.
I know. With that being said, we only got like a minute and a half left.
Oh boy.
So, I want you guys to pitch your band. Any shows coming up, any merch, anything that we need to know about, hit it.
All right.
Pressure's on.
Coming up, March 27th, Dr. Jack's. April 17th, Lookout Lounge for Josh Peterson's birthday party. He's
Woo!
been good to us. You be good to him, all right? You can follow us on Facebook at Silence is Madness, Instagram at Silence is Madness Band. Jesse, what's the Twitter?
I don't know.
Okay.
The Snapchat is SI Madness.
Yeah. We got merch. Not a whole lot left because all our budget's gone to recording, so that's a whole lot of fun. But we do have tank tops, beanies, snapbacks. What else? Pins. We got some pins. What else?
Stuff.
T-shirts. I already said tank tops, didn't I?
Are you guys on Spotify, YouTube?
We will be.
We're gonna be on Spotify. We are on YouTube. You can check out some kind of at this point really old live performances there. But yeah, we'll be on Spotify.
If you're gonna read something, read it fast. Go.
Also,
And,
hit us up for a private reading. If Now their delicious-looking dicks were available for her avid mouth. Haley kept a handhold at the base of each swollen prick. Lead in. All three made sounds of ecstasy at the contact of her lips on aching cock flesh. Haley felt her pussy fluttering wildly at the knowledge of having them inside her. Soon, yes, very soon.
Thank you.
This is Silence is Madness.
Peace.
You're watching the Disney Channel.
No, that comes after.
We're doing it afterwards.